Hey guys, what's up? This is Dr. In, and today I want to make a video about the Merc system, the PvP imbalance, and I have a little conspiracy theory for you guys. Okay, are you ready? Let's dive into it. Okay, here we go. We had 14 months of Siege of Orgrimmar, and Blizzard was saying we're working on the next expansion, we're working on what, and if we make a new patch for Siege of Orgrimmar, for Mists of Pandaria, that will delay the expansion, and we don't want that. We want to get into WOD as fast as we can. When WOD was released, it turned out we didn't have Tanan Jungle. We got into Tanan Jungle a little bit at the start, but Tanan Jungle should be a leveling area. And also Fairyland was promised to us by the first BlizzCon when WOD was announced. Fairyland was there as well, so we had all the old areas from Outlands which we could level in and get up to level 100. But Tanan Jungle was removed as a leveling area, and also Fairyland disappeared and we never saw it again. The way it looks now, it's not there. I will get onto the PvP moment, just bear with me here. So, and they also started tweaking about the racials and the benefits from professions. They removed the benefits from professions, but they nerfed the racials quite a bit, but not entirely. And the humans were allowed to keep every man for himself. And I remember really specific that Ian Hescosus, when people are saying, well, you're nerfing all the racials, but humans are keeping every man for himself, can you please nerf it or remove it because it's an imbalance to PvP? And he said, and I'm quoting his words, Horde has been very dominant over the last years with PvP. It's Alliance time to shine. Now, I want you to remember those words and bear with me here, because I'm going to throw in a curveball here. Did Blizzard knew that WOD wasn't ready, that the content wasn't ready, and they wouldn't have it ready on time, and still because of PvP imbalance, still were releasing it? Because let's put facts on the let's look at all the facts we got right now. Blizzard WoW dropped from 10 million subs at the start of WOD to 7.1 million right now. That's almost 3 million. But Blizzard is still making a lot of money from server transfers, race changes, and faction changes. So my question, because they were working on WOD, but they were also working on the new character models. Kinda my theory is like, did they knew WOD wasn't ready? Did they knew that the content was shit? And still, we're gonna put it out there because we have other ways of making money. Because from a business point of view, they're doing great. Because even though we almost lost 3 million subs, Blizzard is getting their money, the same amount of money in every month by race changes, server transfers, and faction changes. So, did they kept every man for himself in the game? Because I've been told, I got from a source, that 94% of all the top arena teams is human, and the other 6% are night elf druids. So Blizzard is really aware of the problem of PvP. They do. This is why the merc system comes in, and I will talk about that in a little bit. But did they know that? Okay, what isn't ready? We don't have a lot of content. Yeah, we will bring in 3 raids. We removed already 2 areas. We removed Tanan Jungle's leveling experience, and we removed Fairyland already. And they removed some islands from the map as well, the first time we saw the WOD map. So there is something, and it's like, it's not ready, but how are we gonna counter this? We're nerfing all the racials except every man for himself, because they wanted to have overpowered humans for PvP. Because all of those horde players who play PvP right now needed to switch to human. If you want to PvP and you want to be good, you need to go to human. Okay, we're gonna lose subs because our PvE content isn't ready. We'll counter it. We made a way, we thought of a way. And they did. I think that's how it works, because right now Blizzard they're always saying like the subs dropped as calculated. This is always what Blizzard is saying. Like, yeah, we lost 2 or 3 million subs as calculated. Yeah, you are calculating it. You know your content is wrong. You know Tanan Jungle right now is a 6.2 patchy shit. They know, like, if we bring out good rates, the PvE community will stay. The PvP community will stay as well, but we're gonna keep every man for himself in the game. So they all need to race change. They need to race change to human, or they will server change maybe because of that. So we will throw that in there, and then we'll make the money from the money we lose because of the drop of subs. We will get that back for the race changes, the server changes, and the faction changes. Because a lot of Horde people went human alliance. A lot of Horde people did. A lot of people did just because of the PvP. So I think that's Blizzard. Blizzard is looking at a business standpoint, like, we have to make money. And the sad thing is, before Blizzard went to the market, before Blizzard went to Wall Street, Blizzard always said, we won't release a game until it's ready. Look at how long they did before Warcraft 3, the RTS. It got like, I think it got like the release of Warcraft 3 until they were absolutely 100% satisfied with Warcraft 3. We won't release a game until it's ready. That was always Blizzard's standpoint on games. We will not release until we think the game is perfect, then we will release it. And we will delay the game if we have to. I believe they delayed Warcraft 3 by 2 or 3 times. And when they did, we were like, okay, it's a bummer sometimes we have to wait, but when we wait, we get a fucking jewel. It's worth the wait. But since they went to Wall Street, since they're selling stocks, they're looking at it's now a business, and a business is just like, how can we make money? If we imbalance PvP, if we make humans overpowered, people are gonna race into humans, and that's how we're gonna make our money. And of course the community is gonna whine about it. Of course the community is not going to be happy. How do we counter it? Merc system. Merc system is not a good system, because I don't think people from the Alliance are going like, yeah, I faction changed to an Alliance, and now you want me to play Horde for a battle, because if the queue time is too long, like Ashran, people are queued up in Ashran like for 1.5 or 2 hours, and people are like, and right now the new system that mercenaries will show up, and if you're in human alliance, you can transfer over to a Horde orc, and you can play on the orc side. But nobody's gonna do that on the human side. Why not? You get stumped on as Horde, because humans are overpowered. They're winning every Ashram battle. And because they're winning every Ashram battle, they gear them up quicker, they're better geared, and they're winning the battlegrounds as well. So there's no reason to play Horde PvP right now. So people of the Alliance who have really long queue times can't choose right now. Like, I can queue every 2 hours and win and get gear, or I can queue up as a Horde for 15 minutes and have a queue every 15 minutes, but I will get stomped on and not get my chest from Ashran. I will not get my gear, and they won't. They're like, fuck it, I'm already used to the queue times. I'm gonna do my daily, gonna watch a movie, I'm gonna watch YouTube. I'm gonna wait for it because I want my gear. I don't want to lose. I don't want to be 15 minutes in queue, and then just lose every battle and not get anything for it. The only way to balance that out is like the Blizzard say, you can queue up as a guild or as a group or with your friends, and then you go to the Horde side. But they didn't. They did not put it in there. And even though maybe I'm wrong, okay, maybe I don't know what I'm talking about. Maybe this is going to solve the queue times. I hope it does. Don't get me wrong. I really hope that the merc system will shorten the queue times, but I don't think Alliance players will say, yeah, sure, I will start losing from now on just for the queue times. I don't think so. Even if it does, it's not sorting the problem. It's not fixing the problem that PvP is imbalanced. And the reason they won't, it's like we talked about it, the reason they won't fix the imbalance is because they want people to race change, they want people to faction change, they want people to server change to play an Alliance human, to play PvP, because that's how they make the money. They're looking at the business standpoint. Instead of removing the racials and balancing out PvP, they're like, we're gonna keep it this way, we need that money. We're losing the subs, we need that money elsewhere. Okay, we need that paper. Come on, Blizz, this is not the way to go. I mean, if it nerfs down the queue times, I'm happy. But how to fix PvP? I'll tell you how to PvP. remove all the racials. It's also better for PvE, okay? Then everybody can play, just pick up any race they want, any class and any race combat they want, and it won't make any difference during raids, and it won't make any difference for PvP. And for every spec in the game, there should be a PvP variant. So for a Fury Warrior, you have a PvE spec, and you have a Fury Warrior PvP spec. For a Resto Druid, PvE spec, Resto Druid, PvP. And then for every spec, Paladin, Red 3 PvE spec, Paladin, Red 3 PvP. Every spec in the game should have a PvE variant and a PvP variant. You can give us, and if the dual spec isn't then not enough, give us a triple spec or quadruple spec. I don't give a shit. Give us 4 specs, 5 specs to choose from. Make every spec a PvE variant and a PvP variant. That's the way to balance out PvP. Remove the racials. Get PvE and PvP specs separate, and then balance it out. That's how you deal with it, Blizzard. Not by saying, hey, we're gonna put in the Merc system, because I don't think it's gonna be a great success. If it does, if it helps the queue time, that's one thing. It's still not changing the balance, and I'm still not happy with it. But I think it will never happen, because Blizzard just needs their money. They need their paper. So yeah, that's my take about how things are right now. This is a little bit my conspiracy theory. Like, you always hear them say, subs dropped calculated, but we're still doing really good. Because if you look at Blizzard, at Activision Blizzard, like a business standpoint, they're doing great financially. The stock is going through the roof. They're not losing any money, because we're looking at it like, they lost 3 million subs, they must lose money. It should not be good, right? They should drop in profit. No, they're not. The loss of subs is calculated, and they're making it up to it by race changes, server changes, and faction changes. And I think that was one of the things. Like, they were working on WOD. Why would they work on new character models if WOD is not ready? Because people sometimes, because the character models were outdated, yes, they needed to be read on, but also people would go make race changes just because some very old models were looking very good. Because look at the Tauren. The Tauren looked very ugly in the past. Right now they're looking fucking awesome in my opinion. And people were like, oh, I'm loving it. I'm going to Tauren or to Bloodlove, to whatever. Why should you put your resources into character upgrades instead of making what ready? Because they're like, we're putting 3 raids out. There is the leveling. Don't get me wrong. The leveling is great, and the art department has done a great job for what they really did. But over like there are 3 raids. The art is fixed, and we're gonna be. We only have Astra. They didn't even bother to make new battlegrounds or arenas. They were just like, there is some content, and they scrapped a lot of. They removed the non-jungle's leveling experience. They removed Farallon and all that kind of stuff. And they were like, we don't, and they worked on the character models because people would then race change. They kept the PvP imbalance because people would faction change, and often by faction change they would also server transfer, because some servers are dead on Alliance side or some servers are dead on Horde side. So people needed to faction change. Yeah, I'm playing Horde PV on this side. I want a PvP, I want to make a switch. I need to go Human Alliance right now, but Alliance side is dead, so I need to go to another server as well. So that's how it's working, and that's Blizzard knew that from the start on. They're like, yeah, this expansion isn't ready, but we made new character models. We have the PvP imbalance. We will get our money back. Yes, we will lose subs, but we won't lose any money. They didn't lose a dime over the 3 million subs. Of course somebody will say, yeah, but we're losing subs, we need to do something about it. I'm sure somebody's saying that. It's sure it's going to be mentioned in a meeting, but it's like, but they're looking right now not as a game developer, they're looking at it as from a business standpoint, because they're on the market right now. They're like we're doing fine, we're doing great, we're making a lot of money, we're doing good, nothing to worry about. We got a decent amount of 7 million subs, and the rest of the money we're taking in for the other stuff. From the faction change, race changes, and server changes. So yeah, that's my take on it. With a little conspiracy theory right there. I'm normally not that guy, but I want to share this with you guys. I think they should balance PvP, like I said. and now you know how Blizzard is, in my opinion, dealing with the game right now. And Blizzard needs to go back to the old way, saying that we won't release the game until we're ready. Give us our next expansion should be a hit out of the park, seriously, and we really deserve that. And they should balance the PvP. If you like my videos, guys, please subscribe to my channel, give it a thumbs up, leave some comments down below, and I'll catch you guys on the next video. And I hope you really enjoyed this video. Thank you very much for listening, and I hope to see you guys on the next video. Okay, bye guys.